My name is Jeroen Pollet. I'm an assistant professor at the section of tropical medicine at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. I'm also a director at Texas Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development. Most of my work is focused on the development of vaccines against neglected tropical diseases. And since a few years, I got interested in the use of in vitro transcribed mRNA to fight infectious diseases. Most of you are now familiar with that technology through the COVID-19 vaccines. My equine project, graciously funded by the Grayson Research Foundation, aims to apply that mRNA technology to protect newborn foals from Rhodococcus. Rhodococcus is a leading cause of severe, often fatal pneumonia in foals younger than 6 months. My collaborator, Dr. Noah Cohen, and his colleagues at Texas A&M previously have shown that antibodies against a surface polysaccharide of Rhodococcus can protect foals against the infection. This can be done by vaccinating the mares, and then the antibodies are transferred by the colostrum, or it can be done by the transfusion of hyperimmune plasma. However, each of these approaches has limitations, and also if we would approach a classic vaccination, that would have its limitations because it would not protect the foals when they're most susceptible to infection, which is in the first few weeks. And if you would vaccinate, it would take a few weeks before you have an adequate immune response. So in this proposal, we aim to immunize foals with messenger RNA encoding directly for the monoclonal antibodies. We are not vaccinating the foals, but instead we will be using the mRNA as a protective therapeutic. We further envision to deliver this mRNA through aerosolization directly in the lungs of the foals. So our project has 4 sub-aims. First, we will sequence the protective monoclonal antibodies which are generated in a mare that was vaccinated. Next, we will use that sequence and prepare a mRNA drug and show that this mRNA sequence can be used to produce functional monoclonal antibodies in equine lung cells. And lastly, we will show that we can all do this in vivo. So we will transfect lungs of foals through aerosolization and prove that we will make monoclonal antibodies that are protective. We realize that this may sound as a wildly ambitious project, but our fantastic interdisciplinary team already has successfully transfected the first foals using aerosolized mRNA. And this you can see in the picture behind me. To the best of my knowledge, this is the first time that a large animal has been immunized with mRNA through aerosolization. And I also think this is probably the first time that a foal has been transfected with mRNA. This data of this scene behind me has been published in the beginning of the year in Nature Scientific Reports. Not only shows it that through the use of a mRNA that encodes a fluorescent protein that we can translate proteins in vivo, but it also shows that we have no adverse effects, and so the technology is safe for use. Now, with the start of the new 2021 foaling season, we're excited to continue our research and are very grateful for the continued support of the Foundation.